Well, if you remember the sermon last week, you noticed that I use a slogan. Slogan is a sentence or a couple of words that people use to present a message. So, I stole it for a little bit and I put the message, titled the message, instead of got milk, got message. Well, today, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm still another slogan. Remember the one that says, there's a new sheriff in town? Well, today, there is a new landlord in town. I want to introduce myself saying this illustration. Now, imagine that you rent a rundown apartment. Obviously, you rent a rundown apartment because you have no money. So you take whatever you can pay for. The landlord is nasty and abusive. The apartment is falling apart. Carpet is smelly and old. And I have to pass over here because when I came to New York, I had one of those. And I don't know, this person obviously that wrote the illustration, probably he knew who I was. Because I didn't have money, the apartment was run down, and it was smelly. It didn't have a carpet, but still was smelly. It was so bad that when I turned on the light at night, when I went to the kitchen, you're young, you like to eat at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I turned on the light, and suddenly, the first night that I spent in there, instead of the walls being white, the walls were black. But suddenly they got white again. There were so many roaches, but they just hide themselves right away. They were so fast and so forth. So we have this one over here, and this landlord comes every month to ask for your money. And when he comes ask for your money, he's not nice. He's bitter. He just comes and says, give me your money. Pay the rent. And the young man, or you, or whoever it is, work hard for the money, don't have enough money, but pay the rent. And the landlord said, well, next month, your rent is going to be higher. And most of the month, the landlord comes and tells you the same thing. Next month, your rent is going to be 5%, 10% higher. And you don't know what to do because you cannot go anywhere else because you don't have enough money to rent another apartment. But one day, you are sad, you are struggling, and you know that the landlord is going to knock on the door, and obviously, you hear the landlord knock on the door, and you don't want to open the door, but you have to. So you open the door little by little, and here's the landlord, and he asks you for the rent. You pay the rent again, he leaves, and next one comes, and suddenly, the time comes, and you say, man, here's the landlord again. So you open the door slowly, and suddenly you see a young man, very well dressed, handsome, not that you care about it, but he seemed to be a little bit different. So you open the door, and he said to you, sir, I'm the new landlord. I have bought this building, and I just want to let you know, so I'm going door by door, letting people know that I'm the new landlord. And so you're waiting for him to see what he's saying because you are expecting that person to do the same thing that the other landlord did. But suddenly he said to you, can I see your apartment? And you say, well, yeah, come on in. So the landlord goes in and he looked at the rooms, he smelled the carpet, he sees the kitchen, he sees that the walls are falling apart, he sees that you don't have air conditioning, he sees that everything is a mess, that the appliances are not working, and so forth. And he comes back and says to you, sir, I want to let you know that nobody should live in this condition. So this week, I will send, a crew so they can put new appliances, they can paint the apartment, they can put the air conditioning, they put you a new carpet, and this apartment is, you are going to enjoy to live in this apartment. And you are so happy because, wait a minute, what happened over here? It's a new landlord. And then he said to you, and if you owe anything from old, you don't have to worry. We're going to start brand new over here. Let me check some other things. So he goes to another room, and suddenly somebody knock on the door. You are so excited, you want to open the door, and suddenly you see the old landlord there again. This is weird. So you said to him, how I can help you? And he said, I came to collect your rent. And you are confused. Wait a minute. I have somebody over here that told me that he bought the apartment and this guy is coming to charge you for the rent. And after you think, you said to the person, sir, I'm so sorry, but I know that you sold this building and now we have a new landlord, so I don't have to pay you no more because now we have a new landlord. There's a new landlord in town, so you please, may you go and don't come back again. And the person leaves bitter, mad, but he knows that that building and that apartment is not belong to him no more. Now this story might not be your story, and might not be my story in one sense, but in the spiritual sense, this is our story. Because one day, Satan was ruling our life. He was destroying our hearts. He was destroying our soul. He was doing so many nasty things to our life, and we didn't have no choice. But the grace of God came over our life, and then we have a new landlord leading our life. Now we don't have to open the door to Satan because now we have Jesus Christ in our life. Now Jesus Christ says you don't have to take him. You don't have to do what he's asking you to do because now I have given you new life. I have given you a new opportunity. I have given you a new life for you to have a great life. And if the old landlord comes, you don't have to give in to him because I rule your life right now. And this is the way we need to understand this. Well, now I want to let you know that though the old landlord, like in the story or the illustration, came back, Satan will come back because he thinks that he still owes you. And he might tempt you. He might do things to get you back where you were before. But you don't have to pay attention to him no more. He will do strategies. And you might lose a battle over here, a battle over there. But I want to tell you one thing. The war was won already by Jesus Christ when he went to the cross. There's one thing that I want to do this Advent and Christmas. I'm going to be preaching a series of messages called From the Crib to the Cross. You know, from where Jesus was born until he died. From the cradle to the cross. This is not my title. I stole that title too from Martin Luther. So I'm going to use it wisely as much as I can. But those are the things that we need to understand. And as we speak, we know that Satan had other weapons. And he used the weapons to dominate people. He used the weapon, like in the time of Jesus, he used to possess through demons people to destroy them. And another time he manipulates people and to control them, because this is what he wants to do. Because Satan knows your deepest secrets. He knows who you are. He knows what makes you cry. He knows what makes you laugh. He knows absolutely everything about you because he's around all the time. And we need to be very careful because Satan is our enemy. And because he's our enemy, he's going to be accusing us because he don't want us to be free. He wants us to live guilty. Guilty of what? Guilty of what we did before or prior the grace of God came to our life. But you don't have to live that way. You have to just live believing and knowing that Jesus is going to lead you and you are going to be victorious. The enemy, your enemy, my enemy, will try to discourage us from coming to the knowledge of Jesus Christ. That's why people sometimes tell you, I don't go to church, and they have 100 excuses not to come to church. I don't go to church because it's too religious. I don't go to church because they ask for too much money. And money, that one. Believe me, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking to you about finances. And I know people don't like that. But I'm going to do it. You know, and I got to tell you this year has been really good. You know, summer, everybody was scared. What's going to happen over here? Well, don't worry. This summer was good. Even people that were up in north, they were sending their offerings and so forth, and we stood in black. We didn't go to red. And we did all the projects that we wanted to do in the church this year. We did them. And now we are going to go to a new phase, and you are going to enjoy that. And I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you in a couple of weeks. But what I'm trying to tell you is that finances are good, but Satan used those to keep people away from church. Because he's a liar. He deceives people and so forth. And today, I want to complete this message because as you read in the beginning of this text, we find that Jesus entered a house, and always, crowds were following him. Do you wonder why crowds were following him? Simple. Because crowds needed to hear a good word. Crowds needed to be encouraged, but more than being encouraged, they needed to be saved. And Jesus was criticized by his own family, and by the Pharisees, and by everybody else, and they start saying things that they shouldn't be saying. Like he was possessed, that he was in partnership with Satan, or with the Beelzebub that is Satan. Now there's three things that I want to touch today. Three things. Three principles that we need to know in this battle. Every single day in your life, you are going to be in a battle. And that's the bottom line. You are going to fight every single day when you wake up in the morning. And you think that everything is going good one day, but you don't know what's going to happen in the next day. But if you have Jesus in your life, you will be able to go forward. You will be able to win. Now, these three principles go like this. The first principle that I want to talk to you about is confrontation. The confrontation. It's always seen that when Christians are trying to do their best, something wrong happens. You know, and you don't know what to do when something wrong is happening. You know, then doubts come to your mind. Disturbance come to your mind. Every time that happened to me, I go to Psalm 23. Even when I go to the darkness of life, I know Jesus is with me.